Imagine this: waking up one morning, holding a $100 million check, and realizing your life just changed forever. What if I told you that you could have the same life-altering experience just by repeating 7 simple words every night? No magic, no luck. Just a powerful shift in how you speak to yourself. Stick with me, and I'll show you how these words can reshape your world and attract everything you've ever desired. Ready to change your life? Let's begin. The words you speak have the power to shape your reality more than you realize. Every time you say, "I am," you are invoking a force far greater than you think. "I am" is not just a simple phrase, it's the name of God, the essence of creation itself. And what you attach to it, whether it's something positive or negative, will manifest in your life. This is not a theory. This is a law that governs your life. Now, consider this. What do you say after "I am"? Most people unconsciously tie it to their struggles. "I am broke, I am tired, I am unlucky." But every time you speak these words, you're aligning yourself with those very conditions. You're attaching God's name to something less than your highest potential. Imagine the power you're giving away by doing this. You're not just speaking casually. You're setting a decree in motion, one that your subconscious takes as fact. Think about it. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to always attract wealth, health, and opportunities while others stay stuck in their struggles? It's not by chance. It's by choice, by the power of the words they speak, consciously or unconsciously. They understand the secret of the "I am" statement, and they use it to align themselves with their desires. The key is in what follows those words. If you're constantly affirming scarcity, fear, and failure, that's exactly what you'll manifest. The universe doesn't differentiate between what's true or false in your life. It only responds to what you believe to be true. Every time you speak those words, you're planting a seed in your subconscious. Now, the subconscious doesn't question what you say. It doesn't judge whether you're speaking from truth or from a place of fear. It simply takes your words as the blueprint and builds your life around them. So if you're saying, "I am poor," or "I am unworthy," your subconscious will take that as the foundation of your world. And over time, your reality will be shaped by those beliefs. But there's a powerful shift you can make right now. Instead of speaking words that bind you to lack, start speaking words that free you. Try saying, "I am wealthy, I am healthy, I am powerful." Say it with conviction, even if you don't feel it yet. The key is to speak these words as if they are already true, because once you believe them, your outer world will begin to rearrange itself to reflect them. It might feel strange at first, saying things that don't align with your current reality. But that's exactly how change happens. You have to speak the new reality before it manifests. You have to claim it before it appears. The moment you say, "I am rich," your subconscious begins to seek out opportunities, people, and circumstances that align with that truth. You'll start noticing new possibilities that were always there but that you couldn't see before. This isn't magic, it's the law of assumption in action. So ask yourself, what are you saying after "I am"? Are you using those words to reinforce your fears, your doubts, and your limitations? Or are you using them to create the life you want? The power is in your hands, and it starts with the words you speak. Choose wisely, because those words are not just words. They're the foundation upon which your life is built. Speak the truth of who you truly are, and watch as your world changes accordingly. Your mind is a powerful tool, but it's not just your thoughts that shape your reality, it's the emotion that fuels those thoughts. Imagine planting a seed in the ground. The seed is your thought, and the soil is your emotional state. Without the right soil, no matter how many seeds you plant, nothing will grow. The feeling behind your thoughts is what gives them life and ensures they take root deep within the subconscious. Every thought you think carries energy, but it's the emotional energy behind those thoughts that has the power to create. When you think about wealth, success, or love, it's not enough to simply repeat the words. You must feel as though you already have what you desire. Imagine what it would feel like to walk in that reality today. How would you hold yourself? How would you speak? What kind of confidence would you radiate? That feeling is what transforms your desire from a passing thought into a solid reality. Think of it this way: words are like the blueprint of your dream, but feelings are the mortar that holds everything together. You can have the best plan, the most elaborate vision, but without the emotional power behind it, it will crumble. It's the intensity of the feeling that activates the law of attraction. When your emotions align with your vision, everything begins to move in your favor. Your feelings are the signal sent out into the universe, telling it exactly what you want. The universe doesn't respond to wishful thinking, it responds to the energy you put out. And that energy is rooted in your emotions. This isn't just about visualizing, it's about living as if your desires have already come true. If you're trying to manifest wealth, don't just think about it, feel the freedom that comes with it. Picture yourself paying bills with ease, traveling without worry, or investing without hesitation. That's where the magic happens. The more you immerse yourself in the emotion of already having it, the stronger the impression on your subconscious. The subconscious is like fertile soil, but it requires more than just empty words to create change. It needs emotional substance to make something real. You could recite affirmations all day long, but if your heart doesn't believe it, your mind won't accept it. The key is to speak with authority, with the same conviction as if you were already living your dream life. Let your feelings affirm your words, not the other way around. That's how you create lasting change. There's power in feeling the end result now, even before it manifests physically. It's about stepping into that feeling of completion, of fulfillment. Feel yourself in possession of your desire, even when it's still invisible to the outer world. Feel the joy, the relief, the peace that comes with it. That emotional connection is the catalyst that activates the universe to bring your desires into being. When you truly embody the feeling of already having what you want, that's when the universe starts rearranging itself to match your new state of being. It's no longer about hoping or wishing, it's about knowing. The key to manifestation isn't just in what you think, but in how you feel about it. When your imagination is coupled with intense feeling, you've unlocked the law of creation. This is the power you hold, right now, at this very moment. So, feel it, own it, and watch the world shift to reflect your inner state. As the world quiets and the day winds down, there's a precious window of time that most people overlook, those few moments just before sleep. What if I told you that this is when your mind is most receptive to the seeds you plant for the future? This is not just idle time, but a sacred hour where your inner world is ready to receive your deepest desires. Think about it. During the day, your mind is full of distractions. You're thinking about your to-do list, your responsibilities, and everything that demands your attention. But when night falls and the weight of the day starts to lift, your conscious mind starts to relax. Your body settles into rest, and your senses begin to fade. This is when the conscious mind starts to quiet, leaving the subconscious more open and vulnerable, ready to absorb what you give it. This moment before sleep is powerful because it's a bridge between two worlds, the world of logic and reason, and the world of imagination. The subconscious mind is like fertile soil, always ready to accept seeds, but it requires the right conditions to take root. During this sacred hour, your conscious mind is less likely to question or resist, allowing your thoughts and desires to settle deep into your subconscious. If you understand this, then you hold the key to creating the life you want. Whatever emotions you experience, whatever thoughts you entertain just before sleep, are more likely to be accepted as your truth by the subconscious. This is why you must be intentional with your thoughts during this time. The last thought you entertain before you sleep is the one that will sink deepest into your subconscious. Think about how often you go to bed thinking about problems, worries, or fears. The next morning, those same worries seem to follow you, don't they? Your subconscious has been conditioned by those negative emotions, and they manifest as more problems in your reality. But what if, instead of focusing on lack or fear, you began planting the seeds of your desires, your dreams, and your goals during this time? What if you made your final thought each night one of gratitude, fulfillment, and certainty that your desires are already coming to pass? Imagine, every night before you sleep, taking just a few moments to feel the joy of having already achieved your dreams. Picture yourself living the life you desire. Feel the emotions as if they were happening right now. Those emotions, that feeling, are the key. It's not enough to just repeat words mechanically. They must be spoken with conviction, with feeling, with the certainty that what you desire is already yours. And this is the magic of the night. The bridge of sleep isn't just a time for rest, it's a gateway to creation. What you plant there, in those quiet moments just before you drift off, will shape the world you wake up to. It's not about begging or wishing, it's about knowing. Knowing that what you desire is already a done deal, and feeling it in your heart as truth. So, tonight, as you lie down, remember, the hour before sleep is sacred. It's the moment to speak your desires as already fulfilled, to feel gratitude, to plant the seeds that will grow into the reality you've always dreamed of. And as you drift into sleep, trust that your subconscious is hard at work, shaping your world to match the truth you've planted. What if I told you the secret to unlocking your desires doesn't lie in long lists of affirmations or complex rituals, but in just 7 simple words? Imagine having the power to shape your reality with a phrase so clear, so precise, that it sinks deep into your subconscious with every repetition. These 7 words are more than just an affirmation, they are the key to unlocking the life you've always dreamed of. Here's the beauty of it. Repetition isn't about endless, mindless chanting. It's about consistency and belief. The words you choose should carry the feeling of fulfillment, not longing. They must imply that your desire is already complete. When you say these words, you're not wishing for something to happen, you're affirming that it has already happened. You're declaring to the universe that you are living the life you desire, now, in this very moment. That feeling of fulfillment is the critical element. The subconscious mind is incredibly powerful, but it doesn't respond to surface-level thoughts. It responds to deeply felt emotions. When you repeat those 7 words with real emotion, when you truly feel what those words represent, you plant them in fertile soil. You are creating an impression that the subconscious can't ignore. The key is to feel the truth of it, not just say it because it sounds good. The words should feel as if they are already a part of you, as if they are your new reality. Repetition works because it strengthens the impression in the mind. Think of a farmer planting seeds. He doesn't plant the seed and check on it the next day to see if it's growing. He trusts that with time, the seed will sprout and grow. This is the same principle. When you plant your 7 words, you trust the process. Each time you repeat them, the seed is watered and the roots grow deeper. It's not about forcing it. It's about letting it take root and allow the subconscious to work. So why 7 words? 7 is not just a random number. It's a number of completeness, a number that signifies wholeness. When you speak 7 words that convey your desire fulfilled, you're tapping into divine order, a cosmic law that is always at work, whether you're aware of it or not. These 7 words become your declaration, your truth, your final decree. They are simple, clear, and direct enough to be absorbed without resistance from your mind. But here's the challenge: many people give up too soon. They might say their words a few times, but they don't stick with it long enough to let the change take place. The words might feel strange at first, but that's just your old belief system resisting the new reality you're trying to create. Stick with it. Repeat the words until they no longer feel like an effort, until they feel natural, until they are a part of you. When you do this, something incredible happens. Your reality starts shifting in ways you couldn't have predicted. The bridge of incidents will form beneath your feet, events will start lining up, and opportunities will appear. What seemed impossible will begin to unfold before your eyes. But this can only happen if you continue with the repetition, if you trust that the seed you planted is alive and growing. And once those 7 words feel natural, once they are embedded in your subconscious, your world will begin to mirror the truth of what you have affirmed. Your new reality will come forth effortlessly. Imagine you're standing at the edge of everything you've ever wanted: wealth, success, love, freedom, and it's right within your grasp. But here's the catch: none of it is going to come to you by waiting for the future to unfold. The trick is to live as though it has already happened. If you can shift your mindset and live in the end, where your dreams are already fulfilled, you've unlocked the key to changing everything. You might be wondering how this works. After all, the world around you may not show signs of your success yet. The bills still pile up, your bank account looks the same, and opportunities feel out of reach. But here's the secret: what you see now is the product of past thoughts and assumptions. The present reality is simply a reflection of the assumptions you've made so far. So, if you want to change your future, you must change the way you feel about your present. Living in the end means assuming that what you desire is already yours. Not in the distant future, but right now. When you adopt the belief that you are already wealthy, already successful, already loved, you begin to shift your entire reality. It's not about waiting for the world to catch up to you. Instead, you begin to act as if the end result is already here. Every thought, every decision, every action is taken from the place of someone who has already achieved what they desire. The challenge here is simple but profound: faith. It's not about wishing for something to happen, it's about knowing that it's already done. You see, faith isn't blind hope. It's a deep, unwavering conviction that what you've assumed to be true must be true, regardless of what your senses are telling you in the moment. If you persist in the belief that your dream is already a reality, no amount of contrary evidence from the world can shake that belief. Faith requires you to stand firm when everything around you is trying to convince you otherwise. When your bank balance shows 0, when the doors seem closed, when the challenges seem insurmountable, it's easy to question everything. But true faith doesn't falter in the face of temporary setback. It's like a rock, unshaken by the winds of doubt. You know deep down that your desire is already fulfilled. It's only a matter of time before it manifests in the physical world. One of the most powerful aspects of living in the end is that it stops you from living in the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Most people constantly focus on the gap, where they are right now versus where they want to be in the future. But by living in the end, you close that gap. You don't wait for the circumstances to change before you feel differently. You change your inner state first, and as a result, your outer world begins to align with that new state of being. When you truly live in the end, it no longer matters what happens in the external world. Whether your bank account is full or empty, whether others believe in you or not, it doesn't matter. You've already assumed the role of the person who is successful, wealthy, and at peace. And that inner state of being begins to draw your desires toward you. You'll find yourself acting in ways that naturally bring you closer to your goals, without effort or struggle. Faith and living in the end is not just a mental exercise, it's a way of being. It's about embodying the end result so completely that you begin to attract what you desire effortlessly. When you believe that what you want is already yours, you send out a powerful signal to the universe, and everything you need to bring your desires into reality will start to align in your favor. The question is, are you ready to live from that place of certainty? The world will respond to you, but only if you take the first step in believing that it already has. Success doesn't come from quick fixes or one-off efforts, it's built on persistence and trust in the process. Think about it. How often do we start something with excitement, only to give up when the results don't come right away? Most people are too quick to judge their progress based on what they can see in the moment. But real transformation happens in the unseen. It's about continuing to move forward even when the road seems long and uncertain. Every night, you plant the seeds of your desires in your subconscious, and while you may not see immediate results, the process is working. Trusting the process is the most powerful thing you can do. The universe, or your subconscious mind, doesn't operate on a schedule that fits our expectations. The harvest takes time. Just like a farmer who plants seeds and doesn't dig them up daily to check on them, your job is to consistently nurture your desires without impatience or doubt. Every moment you repeat your affirmations, you're watering the seeds that will soon blossom into your reality. Persistence is the key to breaking through the surface. Imagine the vast potential lying beneath the ground, the soil rich with possibility, but you can't see it yet. It's hidden beneath the surface, in the quiet moments of repetition, when it feels like nothing is happening. And then, one day, you look back and realize the changes have already taken root. It's all those small, consistent actions that have quietly worked their magic. Most people give up too soon because they focus on the absence of evidence. You may not see the money in your bank account yet, or the recognition at work, but the most important work is happening behind the scenes. Your thoughts, repeated consistently, are aligning your reality in ways you cannot yet see. The more persistent you are, the more you solidify that alignment. Trust that each word you speak, each feeling you experience, is building something powerful within you. One of the hardest parts is when it feels like nothing is happening. You may question if you're doing it right or if it's even worth it. But that's exactly when the shift is taking place. When you're pushing through those moments of doubt, that's when the subconscious is really at work. It's not about instant results. It's about the slow, steady change that takes place when you remain faithful to your vision, even in the face of doubt. Imagine waking up one day realizing that all the effort you put into your affirmations, all the moments of persistence, have finally manifested. The money, the opportunities, the changes you longed for are now in your life. But none of it would have happened without your unshakable trust in the process. You were willing to keep going, even when you couldn't see the end result. That's the secret. If you trust the process and continue to plant the seed each day, you will eventually see the fruit of your labor. The more you persist, the closer you get to the life you're designing. Success is not about rushing to the finish line. It's about staying steady, keeping your vision clear, and knowing that every action you take today is bringing you closer to the reality you've imagined. Trusting the process is the belief that what's meant for you is already in motion, it's just waiting for the right moment to unfold. And when it does, you'll see just how powerful your persistence truly was. Wealth is not the ultimate goal, it's simply a tool, a means to a greater end. But too often, people get trapped in the illusion that wealth itself is the prize. They chase after it, thinking it's the answer to all their problems, only to find that the moment they have it, they're still searching for something more. What if wealth is just the beginning? What if the real treasure isn't the money, but the freedom, the joy, and the ability to bless others? It's easy to fall into the trap of believing that wealth is everything. We live in a world that tells us money is power, security, and success. Yet, even those who have achieved great financial success often find themselves plagued by fear. Fear of losing it, fear of not having enough, fear of not being enough. The truth is, wealth isn't meant to be hoarded or guarded with anxiety. It's meant to flow, to circulate, to bless others as much as it blesses you. When you realize that wealth is not your source but simply a reflection of your inner state, everything changes. The money itself is not the treasure, it's just a shadow of something far deeper within you. The real wealth is the power to create, the ability to shape your world, and the freedom to live without the constant fear of lack. This is where true abundance lies, not in the numbers on a bank statement, but in the certainty and security of knowing that you are connected to an infinite source of supply. Once you grasp this, wealth transforms into a tool. It becomes a way to bless others, to uplift those around you, to make the world a better place. Imagine the freedom of giving without worry, the peace that comes from sharing without fear of depletion. When you see money not as something to hoard, but as something to circulate, it becomes a means to bless others and to bless yourself. There's a profound shift that occurs when you stop chasing wealth and start using it for its true purpose. No longer are you bound by the fear of not having enough. Instead, you embrace the idea that what you give out will always return to you in greater measure. This is the natural law of abundance. When you bless others, you bless yourself. The more you give, the more you open yourself to receiving. The paradox is this: the more freely you give, the more freely you receive. It's not about accumulating wealth for the sake of status or security. It's about using that wealth to create a positive ripple effect, to uplift those who need it most. And in the process, you'll find that your own life becomes richer, not just in material things but in joy, peace, and fulfillment. Wealth, when understood in this light, becomes a sacred responsibility. It's no longer something to cling to in fear, but something to release and share with others. It's the tool that enables you to live your purpose, to serve those around you, and to leave a lasting legacy. The more you give, the more you discover the true treasure within, the ability to create, to love, and to bless. So, let go of the old idea that wealth is something to be protected or feared. Embrace the freedom that comes with using wealth as a tool for blessing. Trust in the law of abundance, and watch as wealth flows to you, not as an end in itself, but as a means to a greater purpose, the purpose of living fully, freely, and in service to others. This is the true wealth, the treasure that no amount of money can ever replace. The truth is simple: wealth is not the end goal, but the means to a deeper purpose. When you stop seeing money as a measure of success and start seeing it as a tool for blessing, you unlock a life of true abundance. The wealth you accumulate is not just for you, it's for you to share, to give, and to uplift others. It's about creating a flow of generosity, knowing that by blessing the world around you, you are also inviting greater abundance into your own life. When you change your focus from scarcity to the power of creation, from fear to faith, the universe aligns with your intentions. Your world will transform, not because you chase after wealth, but because you live in the knowing that abundance flows to those who share it freely. True wealth is the freedom to live, love, and give without limit.